Today I was thinking that I would take some inspiration from Dee Dee and I would work in one of Karen Connolly's books. So Karen Connolly has all these awesome big picture books. She likes to work in the ones that are like the abandoned castles and things like that, which I absolutely love them, but I wanted to work in a different book. So I have the Forests book and I've already picked out a page here, which is going to be this page right here. So I really just liked this knotted tree look and wanted to use it. I have done a couple of other pieces in here. I did kind of like a weird chocolate tree. So it was just kind of like a random under the cocoa tree type look that I did in 2024, back in January. And then I believe there's one other page that I've done something in. I don't remember where it was in here, but it was a picture where it had like this really cool path and I just put like, oh yeah, it's this one right here. So there's like a bunch of like little animals walking down this path here, almost like they're animals visiting a zoo. And I haven't finished or anything, I just really liked these stickers, so I put them in here. So I haven't done much in this book, so I wanted to work on that today. And what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably just gonna work on just this page here. So I'm gonna zoom in on just this page. I'm gonna move my camera over a little bit so we can see it. Yep, just like that. And then we're gonna get to working on this. So first I'm gonna go ahead and get some paper to put behind it. So I don't want to stick my pages together. So just use a cookie sheet. And let's see here. There's 2 pages already stuck together. Oh, no, they're not. Okay. Looked like it. So I'm just going to put this guy right in here. Oops. There we go. That way, no matter what I do, the pages aren't going to stick together whenever I start gluing things. And I did go ahead and start kind of placing things where I want it. So I definitely think that these corners are cool. So these are kind of like Gothic page little corners. And those corners actually originally belonged to the picture that has this really cool crow in it. So I really like this crow. I want this woman to be the main focal point, and I'm probably gonna fussy cut out just a little bit around her. And then I really liked this kind of like potion bottle area, and then these 3 ladies. I really just liked what was going on with these. So I'm gonna leave these kind of chunky because I'm gonna be painting those in, but I do think I'm gonna fussy cut these a little bit more. And by fussy cutting, I just mean that I'm gonna get a little bit closer to her. That way we can have more of her. So let's go for it. Really like her like sort of outfit here, and I'm probably going to get rid of a little bit of her hat because I really just liked the roses. So like if you don't like something on a picture, just cut it away. That's what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll cut it a little bit closer so that she has. There we go. And then I'm gonna try to cut a little bit closer to her hand. There we go. Something like that. Remember, if you can't get super close, it's okay. You can always try to figure out something to do. You know, like let's say I didn't like those 2 fingers sticking up, I can just cut them off and make it just look like she has her hand in a fist. It's not gonna hurt anything. So at the end of the day, people's eyes are gonna be drawn to more just to her, not really her hands. I can even like thin her out a little bit if I wanted to. There we go. So there she is. And I think I would like her right about here in like the knots. And what I could even do is if I wanted to, I could kind of paint her dress out. So I might just rip this here to kind of help with the blending part. Go like that and make her dress really long. And then I want these three ladies because I really like them too. They just kind of have the same vibe as her. And I like that. Kind of creepy gothic lady vibes. And I'm not saying goth people are creepy, God no. I was a goth in high school, no. I just really like the vibes. I like the off-puttingness of them. There we go, and we can lengthen their outfits too, but we'll put them right there. So now that I kind of like where those are situated, I'm gonna glue them down first, and then I'm gonna go over it with the matte medium just to make it all stay and to where I can paint over it without any problems. So I'm just gonna start in my top corner up here because that seems like the most obvious place to go. So I like starting with Elmer's glue. It's glue I've been using since I was a child, like most of you probably. So I just feel really comfortable with it and confident with it just because I understand how Elmer's glue works. Like sometimes more than the fancier glues. And I think it honestly works pretty good. I mean, I have artwork that I've made even in my childhood that's still together with Elmer's glue, so I trust it. Alright. I'm going to put this in the very top corner here. And then wipe my thingies off. And I found like a little smaller scraper that I think will work nice with this. And then I can just sort of wipe excess glue away. There we go, flatten it out. And if I mess up my nails, that's all right. I can always redo them. Most of the time you'll see that my nails are very messy and it's probably from doing artwork. Right, so I'm gonna do this corner next. I'm just gonna rub it around. And then this one I'm not gonna worry about getting all the way to the corner because this one I'm gonna probably surround with colors anyway. So I'm not gonna put that directly on the edge like the other one was. Wipe it off a bit. Okay, and I'll glue her down. I gotta decide, do I want her more in the middle and then have these girls kind of overlapping her like this? Because I'd really like the tangle of trees to stay. So I might do that. Because I really like that tangle there. The tangle part is what inspired me. I just wanted some creepy tangly trees. And I think I want her like this. That way way I can still see the trees. So I was gonna put her more towards the middle of the page, but I just don't like where that leaves our tree friends, because I want to be able to see them. Because I think they're gonna add a lot of cool depth. Okay. And then we've got our three ladies. So for them, I'm just gonna put them down here in this bottom corner, like this. Or maybe even put them up a little bit so that they're in the trees a little bit. That could be cool, like that. Yeah, so that way that background's the trees. That'd be cool. Okay. All right. And then we're just gonna wriggle them up a little bit like that. Maybe move them just slightly like that. Okay. And then let's mat them down. Wipe the excess glue away. Looks good. I like the trees in the background there. I think that'll be nice. Okay. And then next we want our bird friend to be put down. I was thinking maybe I'll cut. See, I like this because it has a little bit of a branch here, but I don't need this top part here. So what we'll do is we'll cut the back half of the core of it out. Something like that. Maybe put it kind of here towards the middle, because I like that this branch looks like it's kind of coming out from there. So we can do that. And let's do it kind of like this. Move it down a little bit because it's a little bit closer to that than I wanted. Like that, maybe. Let's flatten it. And then lastly, I've got this other corner here that we can use. We can put that corner right in the corner ditch, like that, and just kind of go for it. Just flatten that down. Like that. Wipe away the excess glue. All right, so that looks really good. So now I'm just gonna make sure that my cookie paper is all up in them creases, because the next step is gonna be to use a paintbrush and some matte medium, because I want to make sure that everything's gonna stay. And I also wanna make sure that if I screw up, which is pretty usual, I will be able to use my baby wipes and get rid of whatever mess I make. So I'm gonna use a brush. I do reuse this brush all the time, and as you can see, it still works as a brush. What I do is when the matte medium is still wet, I use really hot water and just really thoroughly clean it. And that way I can still use this brush and continuously use it over and over again without storing it in a certain way. It's worked for me thus far, and it hasn't hurt anything. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the whole page here. If you have a good light, you should be able to see where you're putting this because it's shiny. Even though it's a matte finish, you know, it's wet, so you'll be able to see it. I'm just gonna do the whole page. That way everything is stuck together really decently, and we'll have that slickness to the page that we need. For if you're like me and are not a professional and just want to be able to move stuff around. This is a technique, once again, that I did learn from Dee Dee Willingham. She is amazing at giving cool guidance on painting and stuff, especially if you're like me and don't really do it much. So a lot of my techniques I have taken from her because I think she's pretty awesome. Okay, and even if there's nothing there, I'm going to still put it over there just so that we can easily move things around the page, just in case we need it. A little bit of bubbling there, it's okay. On this page over here, it's totally fine that I got a little bit extra there. I'm just going to take a little paper towel and wipe it off. Because at some point, like, I will be doing the other side, just not right now. So it's not going to hurt anything. And the papers that I'm using for this are kind of like a decoupage paper. You can use magazines, like anything will work. One thing I will say is be careful if you're doing this with stickers that are on things. For stickers, I always add extra glue underneath the sticker, just because I've had problems where afterwards you go to varnish something and then the stickers are suddenly popping up. So yeah, if you're gonna use any type of sticker, I would varnish. Or varnish or anything, I would put glue underneath the sticker too, because just because it's a sticker doesn't mean it's gonna stick forever, you know. Right, I think I've gotten most of the page. I'm just gonna kind of lift it a little bit, and if you have a bit of sticking, that's okay. You're on a cookie sheet, so you can just lift it a little bit and look. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go rinse this brush and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm seeing a few different colors in here. I'm seeing some black, white, greens, and almost like a shadowy blue in there. So I got a couple of really random colors and we're just gonna try it. The worst that's going to happen is it'll look terrible, and the best that'll happen is it'll look excellent. So I'm going to put some black paint. I'm going to do a bit of white paint. And then I've got a dark green. And I also have, I thought maybe a highlight of this like metallic-y blue. It doesn't actually do this blue color, but it will give the shimmer of the blue. So I think that could be a little fun. And we're just gonna get in there and get dirty. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do my fingers in this or if I want to use a brush. Probably gonna start out with my fingers, and we'll just get like a little bit of everything in there and just start mixing it to create some shadows. I'm just gonna go around. I'm just gonna give us kind of like a milkiness. Now in that corner I might have to use a brush over there just because I don't think I can get that. We're gonna try it. And we're just creating some like milky shadows in there. Because why not? Give a little bit of white. We don't want it on the corvid. So if I accidentally get some on him, take a little baby wipe and wipe it off. And he's fine. Yeah, there we go. And that only worked because of the baby wipe. So if you get a little too close, you just go whoop. Oops. Wipe it off. And it's fine. And I'm just gonna stir it around. Oh, got a little close again. There we go. And on the actual bird itself, I didn't really want that green, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Just like that. We can see the bird. Get in this corner here. Just kind of go around. Go in the corner here. Like I said, for the deep part of the corner, I'm probably gonna have to use a paintbrush for that. That's okay. Just kind of get in there nice and random. piece here, and we probably will pull their outfits down a bit. So I'm not terribly worried about accidentally going over them or anything like that. I think that's fine. We can even like get it weird and foggy around them if we wanted to. Kind of goes with their vibe. Darken this area up a little bit because I don't like how light it is. There we go, just like that. Need to get up here. Bushy with it. Okay. And the rest, I think I'll take the paintbrush too. So I'm just gonna wipe off my fingers here. Now I'm gonna take a paintbrush and kind of try to get a little bit closer in here, into these corners, because I don't really want any of that other picture to show, or I'd rather it not, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Just like that. All right. And then we probably want to pull a little bit down for her dress. So let's see. Yeah, just go whoosh, 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 whoosh. Theirs, they have a bit more green. So we'll just pull it down a bit. And I'm gonna make it go like this. Get that nice pull. Oops, got my hair in there. Not bad. Long hair problems. There we go. Now that our dress is a bit longer. Like that. And then we've got something kind of resembling their outfits coming down too. So we're just gonna dry it so we can kind of see what we've got going on here. So now we've kind of got it going on here, and I kind of like that this almost looks kind of like a tree, like part of a tree in a way because of that green. So what I might do is I might try to add just like random branches everywhere, and I think how we're going to do that is we're going to use the green and then kind of fog at it with black or something like that. I think it needs to be a little bit more drier. Be a little bit careful because you don't want your paint to bubble up. There we go. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and get more green, and we're just going to kind of map out some random tree branches and just kind of decide where our trees should live. So I definitely like the idea of this big guy looking like a tree branch. Maybe we can continue up with this one. And it's just gonna look like a bunch of lines at first because we haven't added any detail or anything to it. So we can go up like that. Maybe some random lines. Just going like that. Maybe some coming from off the page a bit. Definitely add some green to this big guy here. Make it look like it's going off the page a bit. Just giving it some love, some life. Okay. And then we can take some of that black and just kind of mute it down a little bit. that's like a hint that they were there. Or that those may be continuations of those trees. I think that looks pretty cool. So now I want to work on her dress a bit, and maybe we can add some like little details or something to it, just to make it look kind of cool. Like we can maybe add some like little ruffly stuff. I'm just using a bit of the black and the white, making like little rufflies on her dress. Just something to say there's a hint of something going on. I'm just going to drag it down. And I sometimes start out with a bit of a brighter color and then go back into it with black, just to like mute it back down. Make it go off the page a bit. a lot of this is just experimentation. I'm not gonna know how it's gonna turn out until I try it. Like, you know, it's not something I've really experimented with much before, so I'm just having fun and doing it now. So give her just like a ghostly whiteness to her dress. Like that. And then if I want to, I can add maybe a little bit of color to her veil so that it kind of goes with it a little bit more, like that. That kind of makes it look more like her hair, which is pretty. And we can mess with these ruffles here and just add like a little bit of white to them, just to kind of make it all match. Maybe a little bit of detailing at the top of her dress. Like that. Do something so we can tell what's going on with her arms, because like in the picture her arms are not quite noticeable. Alright, so I'm kind of liking that. Now we gotta little work on these gals. So these gals have a bit more green in them, it looks like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of separate them with the black a little bit, just so that we have a bit of a distinction between them, I would say. don't know if I really like that. Okay. Oh, okay. Just wiping it like that actually kind of helped. It maybe actually distinguished those a little bit. One might have some fog in front of them. That way it's more interesting, I would say. So what we can do is we can make kind of like a greenish tinted fog. And for that, I'm gonna take a baby wipe. I want the white and I want the green. And I kind of like that curling up like that. I'm gonna give it kind of the motion of the trees, because why not? And have it to where it's almost like sprouting from them. So it's pretty fun. Like that. So now it kind of looks like there's an interesting like potion happening. So it makes it really pretty. And then maybe I'll do some stars up top. That could be kind of fun. If I wanted to, I could take my watercoloring brush and just drip some water I've already been playing in over here. I don't really like it on those bookcases, so if I don't like a part, I can just gently wipe it away. Redo a little bit of it there. There. Just like that. Yep. Maybe I don't want it towards this middle here, and if I don't, I can just simply wipe it, and it'll be fine, because it'll just kind of look like part of that tree. There we go. And if some of them are too big, just dab them a little bit. It'll be fine. Okay. This has like a cool witchy vibe to it now. So maybe what I might want are some stickers of some sort. That could be fun. Like I do have like a moon, or you know, we could put a moon in here, or we could do a little bit of anything really. Let's see here. I have quotes too. We could try to find a little quote. I have like this book of little quotes that sometimes I try to make little stories with. So we could maybe try to do like a little story or something. So let's see here. So let's see here. I'm trying to see if there's one where it would look good. Maybe she wondered if she was dreaming. Remember, I do like to put a bit of glue on the back of any type of sticker I use, just because I don't trust that the sticker is going to stay there by itself. So I'm going to put just a teeny tiny bit on there so I could smear it. I like these little quote things. I think they're cute. All right. So she says, she wondered if she was dreaming. So I've got that one on there. Maybe she didn't press her luck. So she wondered if she was dreaming. She didn't press her luck. Let's see. She didn't press her luck. And I'm looking to see if there's any quotes in here. She didn't press her luck. She didn't press her luck, demanding something different. So she was wondering if she was dreaming. She didn't press her luck, demanding something different. We're going to say all the beautiful stars of the sky, because we have beautiful stars in our sky. All the beautiful stars of the sky. Oops, didn't get that very straight. There we go. All the beautiful stars in the sky. I saw one about moons. I'm trying to see if there was one, or if that one would work with this or not. All the beautiful stars in the sky, thoughts that whisper to my heart. Mementos of lives lived. I like that because they're kind of creepy looking. Mementos of lives lived. Let's see. Ooh, a strange, wonderful place. Strange and wonderful place. A little clump of trees. And then we'll look for one more to finish it off with. I kind of like the poetic nature of this already. quote of something about home to end it with. Let's see, I swear I saw something like that in here. To come home. Just like that. I like that a lot. So, she wondered if she was dreaming. She didn't press her luck, demanding something different. All the beautiful stars of the sky, thoughts that whispered in my heart, mementos of lives lived. A strange and wonderful place, a little clump of trees to come home. I think that seems nice. And then I was wondering, I have some new stuff here in what I call my texture box. Maybe we can find something with texture to put in there, because that would be kind of fun. Let's see here. Something, anything kind of dark. I need something kind of dark and a little dreary, I think. We could do a key. A key would be kind of fun, like maybe here in the corner. But then the book wouldn't shut very well. I'm looking in my little box here to see what we've got. Oh. I have a couple of black bows in here. Maybe some black bows would be kind of fun. Just for something a little different. A couple of those, maybe one in the corner. I don't have very many black ones. I think one or two could be a little fun. Maybe one there and one down here. Or even maybe one on her dress could be cool. Like that. And then just two bows in the corners. Or we could just do one bow, I think. Let's do one bow on her dress, just for fun. And let me see if I have anything else that might work. Okay. Ooh, we could do something like this. Little call to the Cthulhu. No, that's kind of silly looking. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anything just kind of fun that could go in here. I feel like it's missing something. You could do that there. It says poisons and antidotes on it. Could be kind of fun, just for just a little bit of extra. I'm wondering if I should glue over top of those just to make sure they stay. Give her a little bow for her dress. Like that. Okay. And then we'll just get this little guy here. For some reason, I just feel like there's something missing in this corner, so we're gonna put that there. I haven't tried putting 3D stuff in here yet, but you know, this could work. Okay. And then I do want to sign this somewhere, because I like how it turned out. I think it's pretty done. So I'm going to grab some Posca pens. Here's one. And we'll just sign it in the corner here. And today is the 13th. There we go. So I think that turned out pretty good. Especially from where we started, because now you can't even tell that that page was there. So I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me muddle around and just have fun with paint today. And hopefully I've inspired you to do something fun too. One of the things I learned in my art journey is it's totally fine if you want to work off of somebody else's art. You know, as long as you're always giving them credit for their parts. So once again, this is Forests from Kieran Connolly, and I got the idea to do art in these books from Dee Willingham. And she's on YouTube, and she's on Instagram also. I think her Instagram handle is InkyWell. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Bye.